The moves I make, I most definitely have an agenda. I don't do anything to piss off a little peon. You know what I mean?
Now, folks, you won't believe this one. 50 Cent's long-standing feud with Big Meech is deeper than we ever imagined.
I can't believe a stand-up dude doing his time would suddenly say, I don't want to be here no more. I'm going to become a rat bastard. And I'm going to have my girl tell on my mans in them.
It's not just a petty rivalry. It's a calculated move to sabotage Meech's entire legacy.
We'll just let it be told when the story gets told.
Yeah.
And I'm only going to stick to the truth and keep it pushing. Right.
According to none other than Rick Ross, 50 Cent has been working behind the scenes, attempting to tear down Big Meech's name for years.
Took a picture with Rick Ross. You like put your back against the wall and just slide down.
What started off as a simple beef escalated to 50 trying to bury Meech's influence, especially as Meech's family empire came back into the spotlight. 50's frustration hit an all-time high when he saw how Ross and Meech became a force to be reckoned with. This isn't about a few diss tracks anymore. It's about control over the entire Black Mafia family saga. 50's personal vendetta reached a new level, proving there's a whole lot more than just some public tension going on here. But hold up, this wasn't always the case. Not too long ago, 50 Cent and Big Meech were actually on good terms. That's right, they had a history of mutual respect. 50 even visited Meech in prison, showing support after his 2008 conviction. In fact, he was instrumental in bringing Meech's life story to the small screen in the hit show BMF, a series that took the world by storm in 2021. 50's efforts initially seemed to solidify their bond, shining a light on the infamous Black Mafia family. And even after Meech's release, 50 continued to back him, attending prison events and playing a pivotal role in the BMF revival. But then came the big shift. Meech chose to align with Rick Ross, and that's when the problems began. 50 could not accept Meech's newfound loyalty to his rival, setting the stage for the feud that would follow. Fast forward to October 2024, and the story takes a dramatic turn. Big Meech was granted early release from prison and transitioned to a halfway house, a pivotal moment in his life. His official release date was still a couple years away, but that didn't stop him from making headlines. He dropped a bombshell announcement, a homecoming concert featuring a star-studded lineup including Lil Baby, Kodak Black, and 21 Savage. For Meech, it was a huge personal victory. For the hip-hop community, it was an undeniable return to the spotlight. This concert wasn't just about music, it was Meech's triumphant re-entry into the public eye, and 50 Cent took note. Not one to sit back, 50 had a lot to say, and of course it wasn't exactly supportive. And 50? Well, he did not hold back. When Meech announced the concert, it was like opening a floodgate of shade. The rapper and mogul took to Instagram, posting a notorious image of a giant rat, clearly sending a message to Meech. 50's caption accused Meech of disloyalty and implied that he had sold out to Rick Ross. But that wasn't all. 50 didn't just stop at calling out Meech. He went as far as accusing Meech of snitching to shorten his sentence, throwing serious allegations into the mix. It was all personal now. 50 was no longer just protecting his brand, he was out for blood. But the question is, did he go too far? As the tension escalated, 50's posts became more biting, fueling an already messy situation. Now let's rewind a little. 50 Cent and Rick Ross's rivalry has been going on for over a decade, and the video really digs into the origins of this never-ending beef. It started back in the late 2000s with a slight at an awards show, an interaction that 50 took way too personally. From there, it spiraled into one of the most infamous feuds in hip-hop. 50 didn't just come after Ross's music career. He targeted Ross's past as a correctional officer, released embarrassing videos, and aimed to destroy his credibility. The battle turned into an all-consuming war, with 50 attacking Ross at every turn. Despite Ross's focus on business and music, 50 kept the feud alive, turning everything personal. And now, with Meech at the center of it all, it was clear. The beef was only going to get hotter. Hold up, 50 Cent wasn't done yet. His next target, Tammy Cowens. Now, Tammy was once a key player in the BMF organization and was deeply involved in Meech's life and business. But 50 Cent didn't hesitate to call her out, accusing her of being an informant. He even went as far as suggesting that Meech had used her to help shorten his sentence. 50 wasn't just throwing shade. He was attacking her loyalty, turning her relationship with Meech into a public spectacle. The problem? 50 himself had worked with Tammy in the past when it suited him, making his current attacks seem like a complete contradiction. Fans were quick to point out the hypocrisy, questioning why 50 had worked with her if he was so bothered by her alleged past. The plot thickened, and it wasn't looking good for 50's narrative. And just when we thought it couldn't get worse, enter Lil Meech. Big Meech's son found himself right in the middle of the chaos. 50 didn't hesitate to target the younger Meech, going as far as publicly mocking him. But here's the kicker. Meech had actually tried to patch things up with 50 privately. In some leaked messages, Lil Meech expressed his respect and even acknowledged that Rick Ross had been there for his family while his father was locked up. But did 50 care? Of course not. Instead, he leaked these private conversations to make Lil Meech look bad. Ouch. It was a cruel blow, and Lil Meech had no choice but to watch as 50 took their private discussions to the public. 50's attacks weren't just about Meech anymore. They were personal, cutting deep into family ties. And if you think 50 stopped there, think again. The rapper took his public attacks even further, mocking Big Meech's parenting skills. On Instagram, 50 didn't hold back, criticizing Meech for his approach to fatherhood and suggesting he wasn't doing a good job raising his son. And that wasn't all. He even mocked Meech's upcoming concert, claiming it would flop and that no big-name artists would show up. The video lays out just how far 50 went, dragging Meech's reputation through the mud in the most personal way. But Meech, he stood firm, never backing down, calling out 50's hypocrisy while keeping his focus on his business and family. At this point, it was no longer just a business rivalry, it was a full-blown personal war. Of course, Rick Ross wasn't about to let 50 get the last word. The boss had his own plans. In response to 50's antics, Ross not only laughed it off, but made his next big move: the announcement of his own BMF movie. Yes, you heard that right. Ross was going to create his own version of the BMF story. He didn't just plan any movie, though. No, he was talking a major Hollywood project with top-tier directors and a massive budget. Ross made it clear that he had the power and resources to rival 50's BMF series. And with that announcement, the gloves were officially off. It was more than just a challenge. It was a direct attack on 50's hold over the BMF narrative. Ross was ready to flex his creative muscle, and it was clear this was about to become one of the most heated battles in hip-hop history. And now here we are, watching the fallout unfold before our eyes. Fans have been divided, with some choosing sides in this ongoing drama. Former G-Unit member Young Buck has even sided with Big Meech, calling out 50 for being petty and playing dirty. But of course, 50 wasn't about to let that slide. He quickly turned on Buck, mocking him and turning the heat up even more. Meanwhile, 50's own son, Marquise, got involved, taking shots at Lil Meech. The family drama just keeps escalating. At this point, it's clear that this beef isn't just about music or business. It's a battle for control, loyalty, and who gets to tell the BMF story. And with both sides digging in their heels, it looks like this saga is far from over.